data pad.
I'm eating hot dogs for the internet.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Ordinary Adventures.
Today we're going to all the Southern California theme parks because you asked for it. What is the best hot dog at theme parks in California? And we're also going to have some fun. Come with us on this adventure.
Before we get this challenge started, there are some rules. First of all, the hot dog has to be eaten inside the theme park, so no downtown Disney, no city walk. Second of all, we are only going to a few select parks, so sorry SeaWorld, sorry Six Flags, sorry Legoland, maybe one day we'll make it there. And we're not just gonna be trying boring hot dogs today, we're gonna try to eat some creative, fun hot dogs.
Hot dogs have always been a popular item here at Disneyland since its inception. I think it's just that it's like the classic American fare, but it wasn't always sold at Refreshment Corner. Actually, when Disneyland opened, they had this place called Carnation Plaza Gardens over where Fantasy Fair now is. And that's where hot dogs were sold. When Walt opened Disneyland in 1955, needed money for the $17 million it was cost to build Disneyland. And part of what he did is he had sponsorships. And that's how Coca-Cola became one of the first sponsors of Disneyland. And they sponsored Refreshment Corner, which originally sold sandwiches.
Hot dogs, however, have been sold here at Refreshment Corner for decades now at this point. One of my favorite things about Refreshment Corner is there's actually a mini Coca-Cola museum right when you first walk in. It's something that like is easy to miss, and it's so cool because there's old Coca-Cola bottles and photos and just a bunch of interesting things.
So probably the most known Disneyland Easter egg of all time is outside Refreshment Corner. As you know, there's these bulbs that alternate between red and white. And when it was designed wrong, so that it was going to have two of the same color next to each other. Walt came up with the solution, and it was the bulb that is painted half red and white so that it looks better. Because Walt knows.
Oh boy. Hot dog that we decided to try today at Refreshment Corner is the mac and cheese dog, and this comes with bacon bits on top. This is a messy looking hot dog, and upon first impressions, I tried to cut it in half just so it would be easier to eat, and the bun feels stale. Oh no. I don't know how am I supposed to do this without making a huge mess. So I'm not gonna lie, I am a little bit disappointed by this hot dog. The mac and cheese and the bacon and the hot dog itself are very, very tasty, but that stale bun kind of ruins it for me. Here you could also get a mac and cheese like in a bread bowl. I would highly just recommend getting that maybe instead of this. I'll probably give it like a 2.5 out of 5.
That bun is stale. The premium hot dog here isn't that bad. The mac and cheese, you don't really even taste much, but the bacon gives it a nice like salty crunch to it. The bun just kind of like ruins it. So I'm gonna give it like a 2.5 out of 5. So I agree.
You guys know that we like to keep it real here, and I'm not one to complain, but just look at this. Hopefully we just got a bad batch, I don't know. So I've had hot dogs here before and it wasn't like this, so who knows.
For Disney 100, we had the barbecue picnic dog at Refreshment Corner, and I remember liking that quite a bit more, and it didn't have a stale bun.
A few days ago, there was a fire during Fantasmic, and Murphy the Dragon burned down. Thankfully, no cast members were harmed. Everybody's good.
There's nothing more that I love than a theme park robot. I love audio animatronics, and Murphy was, I think, one of my favorites. So hopefully they rebuild Murphy bigger and better than before, and don't cheap out.
We need to move.
Yes, sir.
Move aside.
The market's busy. Always a good sign.
It's okay, 8DJ8. Everything's going to be okay.
Next up, we're going to Galaxy's Edge, of course, and we're going to Ronto's Roasters, which is operated by butcher and noted pod racing fan Bakar. He has decorated the establishment with a number of pod racing flags and installed a modified pod racer engine to grill the meats. Bakar proudly roasts the Ronto meat, a family specialty going back 4 generations, and part of his upbringing on Tatooine. As you might remember, the Rontos were these creatures that the Jawas rode in Tatooine. You saw them in A New Hope. And you also see a former smelter droid known as 8DJ8. He's the one in charge of the roasting. We're here to get the intergalactic version of the hot dog, and that is the Ronto wrap. This is roasted pork, grilled pork sausage, peppercorn sauce, tangy slaw, and it's wrapped in a pita. Question is this a hot dog? Let us know in the comments below. Would you consider this a hot dog? It's a sausage, and it's in a pita. It's hard to describe why a Ronto wrap is so good, but it's like a new Disney classic. When you're on Batu, you gotta get one. The pita bread is perfectly fresh. The slaw and that peppercorn sauce, like tangy. The mixtures of flavors just go together so perfectly. I can't really explain it, but I love it. Of course, this is a 5 out of 5 Peters, and we gotta get Kitra to try this, although I kind of anticipate an Ordinary Adventure Star coming.
As you guys already know, we are obsessed with the Ronto wraps, so much so that during COVID, we did Kitra's Quarantine Kitchen and made Ronto wraps. They're just so good. It's actually been a while since I've had a normal one, because I actually like the vegan Ronto wrap a little bit more once it hits your lips. Once it hits your lips. Can't even think of the quote from yeah, what is that movie called? What is that movie called?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Once it hits your lips. Will Ferrell. Not Dodgeball, the other one.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
Anyways, once it hits your lips, it is so good. 5 out of 5, Ordinary Adventure Star. Looks can be deceiving. Like Peter said, you look at this and you're like, why is it so good? It has, no reason to be this good, but it is good. You gotta trust us. I mean, I have a feeling this might be the winner out of all the ones that we tried today.
One thing that many people don't notice in Ronto's Roasters is over in the corner where you get your utensils. Right behind there is actually Bakar's butcher room. That's where he cuts up all the meat, the Rontos. You can actually see some creatures hanging up, as you can see them behind the counter as well.
But is it just me, or do you feel sad? Like, I think the Rontos are so cute, and like every time I eat a Ronto wrap, it makes me sad. I know it's ridiculous, it's just fake Star Wars characters, but, makes me a little sad.
Sorry to interrupt, but we'd like to know what you're doing on that data pad.
I'm eating hot dogs for the internet.
I wasn't aware that required an encryption matrix. Because it doesn't. Authorized channels only, civilian. You enjoy your day now.
Next up, we're gonna go across the street to Disney California Adventure. Came to DCA to go to Award Wieners. This opened with the park in 2001. It's located in Hollywoodland, and of course the name is a play on award winners, reflecting the glamour and glitz of Hollywood's movie industry. Award Wieners decor, I'm not sure if you know this, but matches the Art Deco style of the red car trolley. It has a stop right across from Award Wieners. Coincidence? I think not. And I will say this, that Los Angeles is known for their hot dogs. They're known for their bacon wrapped street dogs and their Dodger dogs. So of course, when they made a theme park about California, they had to have a hot dog restaurant.
Thank you. Oh, that looks good. Hot dog that I'm trying from Award Wieners today is called the Uptown Chili Dog. This is an all-beef hot dog with chili, pepper jack cheese, and corn chips. And what makes these hot dogs here iconic is they're served with the film strip fries. Other places, they just give you like a piece of fruit or like a bag of chips, but here they give you fries, and spoiler alert, we've had them before and they are freaking delicious. I love them. Another thing that makes this place stand out is the bun. They use like this like Texas toast almost. This is just as good as I remember. There's something about a chili cheese dog, especially at a theme park, that is just so divine. What I specifically like about this chili cheese dog is I love the jack cheese, and then the corn chips right on top give it like a nice crunch. And this bread is so buttery and delicious. It almost tastes like the bread that you get at Raising Cane's, which I'm obsessed with. This is getting a 5 out of 5. Like, this is good. I feel like if you're at Disneyland and you want a good hot dog, come to Ward.
I gotta be honest with you, normally I'm not a big fan of chili dogs, but this one's nice. That chili has a little bit of like spice to it, just a tiny bit. And then the corn chips on top, the Fritos, give it a nice like crunch to it. I would definitely get this again. Probably gonna give it like a 4.5 out of 5 Peters. Not quite as good as the Ronto wrap, but a solid choice. While it's disqualified from this contest, I should mention that Craftsman Bar and Grill over at the Grand Californian Hotel has a hot dog of the month, which is usually pretty solid. But again, it's outside of the limits, so it's disqualified. Next, we're gonna drive down the street to the Point of Park and go to Knott's Berry Farm, America's first theme park. And I gotta admit, I do a lot of research for these videos. I try to find out the history of the food item at the theme parks. Finding out the history of hot dogs at Knott's Berry Farm, very hard. There's a lot of history about Knott's Berry Farm, but what restaurant sold hot dogs when it first opened? No idea. Even the place that we're going to today, I don't think existed until like the 1980s, 1990s. Even that, I'm not sure.
Hey fellas, long time no see. You know where a girl could get a nice hot dog around here? No? He only knows where the boysenberries are, unfortunately. Okay, well, see you later.
The only place that sells hot dogs at Knott's right now is the Fireman Brigade Barbecue. This is in Ghosttown, and this restaurant is inspired by the firefighting profession, paying tribute to the fire brigades that played a vital role in the development and safety of American towns in the past. And what I like about this place is it actually has a grill, and they're like grilling it right in front of you. You can smell it as you walk by, and it looks good, although it looks a little expensive.
We've eaten here a few times in the past, and the barbecue is actually like pretty good. It's not like amazing, but we've never gotten a hot dog from here before. And it was $17.50, but it does include a bag of chips and then your choice of a side. You can either get baked potato, coleslaw, garlic cheese toast, corn on the cob, which is what I got. I'm excited to try this though because, like Peter was saying, this is actually cooked on a grill. And at Disneyland, I'm pretty sure they're not cooked on a grill. And another thing I wanted to note is it doesn't come with any sort of toppings, but they do have, of course, a bunch of condiments on the side. But there's no boysenberry mustard, which is what I was looking forward to. And I need to know, you guys gotta leave it in the comments down below. Do you like to put ketchup on your hot dogs?
Yes.
Because I love to put ketchup on my hot dogs, and I know like so many people like think that's a criminal offense.
You know what? It's a criminal offense? Putting ketchup on your eggs.
Well, I like to put them on my eggs too sometimes, so. But I'm gonna put ketchup and mustard and maybe even relish on my dog. This is about to trigger so many people. We're gonna have to do this in slow motion. Look at that. That looks good to me. Should I put relish on it too, or no? Oh yeah. When's the last time you had relish out of a tube? This is part of the Knott's meal plan, which is this awesome program that they do. And if you're a Knott's annual pass holder, you do get a discount. So it's slightly cheaper than $17.50, but I still feel like $17.50 is just so much money. Like that should include like a soda and a beer and a dessert for that price.
Yeah, how much was it at Disneyland?
With my discount at Disneyland, I think it was like $8 for the mac and cheese, and you got a bag of chips. I don't know. So let's see. Maybe this is amazing, who knows? This is surprisingly good. It really gives me that backyard barbecue kind of vibes, like I'm having my Ratatouille moment where I'm like transported to my childhood, going camping, and like my grandpa making hot dogs. Like there's nothing wrong with like just a good hot dog, and this is definitely better than the one at Refreshment Corner. Is it worth the price? I don't know. I did get a full like corn on the cob, so trying to like justify the price in my head, but this gets like I'll give it a 4 out of 5. It's not quite a 5 because it is like super expensive.
I don't usually get relish on my hot dogs. Do you get relish on your hot dogs? Let me know. I do like mustard and ketchup. Exactly what Kitra said, bringing me back to like the backyard barbecues from my childhood. But that said, you can get a bun like this, a hot dog like this, and the condiment
Yeah.
for like 50 cents or
Just make it
$1.
at home for a lot cheaper.
But if you just want a hot dog, this is a good hot dog. Do I dock it a lot of Peters for the fact that it's expensive? I think I'd give it like 3.5 out of 5 Peters. If it had a boysenberry mustard, boysenberry sauce on top, it'd probably be at a 4. I'm kind of bummed because we're filming this at a time that Fiesta Village is under reconstruction. They're redoing Fiesta Village, and there's a place in Fiesta Village that is called Fiesta Dog, and it like has some incredible hot dogs. And we went there previously, and we love their hot dog. Actually, let's roll the footage. Let's include our hot dog from Fiesta Dog from the past in this competition because I feel like it's unfair. Like we're having the secondary hot dog place in Knott's here because it's the only one open. Fiesta Dog's gonna be open like May, June, something like that.
We'll have to come back.
We will. And over in Fiesta Village at Fiesta Dog, I got the Elote hot dog, which comes with corn, mayo, cotija, cheese, and chili powder. And as you know, I'm a connoisseur of elote.
This is true.
Look at this. It looks interesting. Actually, to me, it looks appealing. I know it could be like a little messy, right?
I think it looks good.
I'm expecting it to be kind of messy. So if you're thinking that wasn't enough corn on there, a lot of the corn is underneath.
Oh yeah, I was thinking that actually.
I never thought I wanted elote on a hot dog, but now that Knott's has given it to me, why eat a hot dog without elote? Right?
Yeah.
Oh, and I should mention that this also came, as with everything in the dining plan, came with an option of chips. And I got the Takis. I've never actually had them. They're hot chili pepper and lime.
They're really good. I've had them before, and I think you're really gonna like them.
Ooh, look at that. I'm sure everybody's had Takis before, and everybody's like, "You hasn't had Takis?" Oh my god.
They're spicy.
This might be my new favorite chip. Oh, I love those. That gets a 5 out of 5 Peters. The Elote hot dog, I give it like a 4. I think it's a solid choice. Is it the best hot dog here at Knott's? Doesn't beat that boysenberry thing that they had at the Boysenberry Festival. But this is very solid. I am very happy with my choices today. Next up, we're headed to Universal Studios Hollywood. Too bad we can't stop at City Walk because in City Walk they have Pink's, which is an LA institution for almost 85 years now. But instead, we're gonna have to deal with Krusty Burger.
We just party hard, and not because we born. We party because we born. Party ain't none, party ain't none, party this, party.
As we were making our way into Springfield to get our hot dog, I noticed that they have a brand new balloon, and it's in the shape of the classic pink Homer donut. How awesome is that? So creative.
And of course, if you go into the Quickie Mart, you can get that donut for $9.99. It's huge to feed a family of 4.
Oh my god. Peter, it is bucket hat season almost. It's almost summer. We need to unlock Peter bucket hat mode.
If it was green.
Come on. Should I start wearing them then? Because I mean, this is so good.
It looks good on you.
Does it?
Well, look at this fake Universal Loungefly.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow, who knew there was all this new merch in here?
Coolest thing about this is the zipper, which is the donut.
Donuts. Look at this cool wallet.
They have gone all in on the donut merch. They even got socks. They got a bunch of t-shirts.
This is really making me want to buy a donut though.
Oh my god.
Oh, look at the scrunchies. Okay, I feel like I need those, right?
You know what would be smarter if they actually made the scrunchie the donut, not had donuts on
Oh, and then you could like eat it once you're done putting it in your hair.
the scrunchie. What?
Just kidding.
And I think we've shown this coffee mug before, which is so funny. Carbs. But you don't lose space for your coffee. They even have donuts on pajama pants. And they even got donut magnets.
Check out this gigantic donut pillow. It'd be cool if it actually smelled like donuts too.
And they even have a donut sipper.
So I decided to get the hat, and I was so excited because Homer's right outside, and I can't wait to show him. It has donuts on it. I know, so many donuts. I know you'd approve.
You can't eat it though.
I know. The hot dog that we're going to be trying today is actually inside of Krusty Burger. It is a very, very busy day today at Universal Studios, and we've never actually eaten here before. And I noticed that they do not make things to order here. Everything's just kind of sitting around in the window because it is so busy. They got to have it ready to go. And what I decided to get is the Sideshow Bob Footlong. This has a Nathan's famous footlong all-beef hot dog with chili, cheese, and onions, and it comes with a side of French fries. One thing that is a little bit different that I'm already noticing about the hot dog here is the other ones at Disney and Knott's, they didn't specify that those were Nathan's. And you know that Nathan's are like the best of the best when it comes to hot dogs. And I love the amount of cheese that is on this. Like, I don't know about you, but when I have chili, I love to put tons of cheese on top. It is kind of messy, it's falling apart, it's falling out the bottom, but who cares? So I'm actually really pleasantly surprised by this. It just tastes like a good old chili cheese dog. It differs from that one that we got over at Award Winner because that one had like pepper jack cheese and it had like Fritos on top, and this is just a normal chili cheese dog with tons of onions, tons of cheese, just how I like it. And I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but this probably gets like a 4 out of 5. It's not bad. But let's try the French fries. Not as good as the film strip fries.
I think the thing I like about this hot dog is the grilled onions. It brings a nice flavor to this dog that we've not experienced yet at a theme park. I'd give it like a 3.5 out of 5, Peters. I will say this, it's a better value than at Knott's. They actually do have a hot dog restaurant here in Springfield, but it's just a normal Nathan's hot dog with nothing on it. So we decided to come here instead. And I also talked Kitra into getting Buzz Cola for the first time. She's never tried it.
I can't believe that I've never tried a Buzz Cola before. I've tried the Duff beer, but this is like an iconic Simpsons drink that you could get here at Universal Studios. And I think what it is it's just Coke Zero with some kind of syrup in it. They claim that it's zero sugar, so I don't know if the syrup that they put in it is zero sugar or what, but let's try it out. It tastes a little bit like watered down to me. Like, you could definitely taste the Coke Zero, and then it has, I think, maybe like a cherry syrup or something in it, so it's almost like a watered down cherry Coke.
To me, it tastes like kind of like Dr. Pepper or something.
Oh yeah, I can see that. It has a little bit, yeah, you're right, maybe like a little bit of a Dr. Pepper, like a cough medicine taste to it. Not my favorite thing. I'd probably stick to the Duff beer in the future. 3 out of 5? I don't know. Maybe just get a Coke Zero.
One of my favorite parts of Krusty Burger is you can go upstairs and you can find Krusty's secret club. And it's filled with like collectibles throughout his career. Like awards he's won, things from his childhood, but also there's drawings from a lot of the famous Simpsons animators all over the walls. And there's all sorts of characters that you don't see around the land. This is the place, if you're gonna eat in Simpsons Land, bring your food up there because there's like so much to look at and so much to enjoy.
I also did just want to mention, right on your way to the lower lot, there is this little hot dog stand. Half of the time it's not open, but I think it's such a busy day today that it's open. And they have a variety of different hot dogs. They have like a chili cheese dog, they have a California dog with avocado, and then they have a Los Angeles dog with bacon. I was thinking about getting one just because out of all the options for hot dogs in Universal besides Krusty Burger, this is the only other one that looked interesting. But then we went over here and I kind of saw what they look like and they didn't really look that good to me. So yeah, but just wanted to let you guys know the options there. They used to also have this really huge, like 5 foot long hot dog here. It was awesome, but I don't see it on the menu anymore, which is such a shame.
Okay, now that we've tried all the hot dogs in Southern California theme parks, which one is the best? I think unquestionably, Disneyland wins with the Ronto wrap
and Award Winners.
But which one's better? I think Ronto.
I think Ronto. Is that fair? I don't know, but we're just making a silly video, so who cares? If you guys liked this video, let us know in the comments, like, What other things would you like to see us try? Because we're down for the challenge.
Yes, and if you haven't seen when we tried all the pizzas to find out which one, for science, to find out which pizza in theme park is the best, put the video right over there. I want to say thank you to some of our Patreons. That includes
Russ and Serenity, Krusty, MW, and Marlon. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next adventure. Do you think they sell Dodger dogs in the clubhouse?
No.